Hello and welcome to another recording of STO. This will be the episode's storyline of Spectre. Everything old is new. So this will be a time travel episode. So pretty much in the last episode what we did was made our way down to the computer core, which took like half an hour. But this time when we get there we'll just travel straight to it. From memory, I do have to run around the station quite a bit, so this might be a long episode, but again, it's been a while since I've actually played it. I'm not sure what happened. My Windows went through an upgrade, and then my video editor went through an upgrade at the same time, and for some reason it changed my voice to a booming sort of echoing voice on my microphone. I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure. I won't know until I've actually finished recording what the sound's going to be like. So sorry if it's different again. Okay, let's get started. A properly modulated energy discharge should allow us to use this portal to follow the Denivians back through time. Once we get there, though, it might be a bit trickier to get back. We could bring as few people as possible to minimize the chance of distorting the timeline. Okay, so pretty much all you have to do is shoot it. There you go. And again, this is the where you ended the last episode. And as you can see, everything looks nice and shiny. We're still in Drazona station, so just in the past. We must tread lightly, Captain. If we damage the station or cause needless bloodshed, we could damage the timeline irreversibly. I can't pronounce that word. Cunning and stealth will be more important than strength here. Set weapons to heavy stuff. We're still in the computer core, Captain. Strange. I wonder why there's nobody here. We may be too late, sir. The Denivians may have already killed everyone on the station. If we can find the right parts, we could cobble together a subspace field emitter and perhaps get an idea of what the Denivians are doing here. But using 23rd century technology will make it much more difficult. The Federation won't develop ways to detect the subspace variants that the Denivians use until almost a century from now. I'll make a list of equipment here that we can use to fine-tune Drazona Station's sensor array. We can probably find the regulator components somewhere near the computer core and an induction coil on the power systems level. Okay, now to get out of this room you've got to do a little puzzle, and this might take me a while. Again, it's been a long time since I've done this particular mission. No wonder there's nobody here. The station is on medical alert. Non-essential personnel are confined to quarters and the computer core is locked down. Unfortunately, lockdown works both ways. No one can get in, but we can't get out either. Lucky for us that these old systems had some well-documented problems. It shouldn't be too difficult to override the controls. So these old Federation Deutronic computers have a memory fault that makes them susceptible to overloads. An overload could cause it to lose processes, like the one locking the door to the computer core. In this century there shouldn't be any tasks that could overload them, but there's an infamous 24th century warped geometry problem that would be insolvable with the processing power available to this computer. If we set the consoles to divert processing to parts of this problem, we might be able to cause the memory override that would make the computer lose its security lockdown. Okay, so using main memory operations console. I think they're like up above me, these red dots. They're actually walking around in the hallway. Okay, so from memory, I have to I have to switch the memory banks around. But again, it's been a very long time since I've done this. I think I've got to do number 2 first, so I have to find where that is, which I think was on the opposite side of the room, and then I've got to go back up there. Yep, okay, so I've got to go back up there and get that computer core. Actually remembering a little bit better than I thought, considering how bad my memory is. So, hopefully that is the it of it. Awesome. Jump down. Okay.
Hey, what? I mean, who are you? I've never seen anyone who looked like you before. The station is on medical alert. Nobody's supposed to be in the computer core area but me. Hey, is that a weapon? Don't try anything, or I'll have to stun you.
Ooh. I'm lost.
The lift shouldn't have let you come down to this level. How did you get here?
I was stuck on the lift when the station went to alert. This is where it let me out.
You should have used the intercom to call for assistance. It's not safe to move about the station during a medical alert.
Right, I should get back up to the main station areas.
Follow me. I'm going to call security for an escort.
But if I'm contagious, won't that be dangerous?
I guess you're right. Look, just go up to the maintenance lift, get to the emergency medical center as soon as possible, and get checked out. There's a doctor up there who has set up a triage center for the affected patients.
Thanks. Memory. Yeah. Sir, I'm reading a patrol team ahead. If we're crafty, we might be able to ambush them. Should be a red dot. What am I missing? They come all the way down. Oh, they do. Okay. So I've got to wait for them. Wait for them to get green. Run, Forrest, run! Yeah, there's one left up here, so I think I have to shoot them. Oh no. I have to trick them, I think. Oh, okay, cool. There is a woman here. There's a scientist doing something, and I have to get her out of the way. There she is.
Oh, hey. You shouldn't be here. You should get up to the quarantine area.
I'm on my way there right now. Okay, now this is a 3-step one. Check console foods. Okay, so... Warning, improper access may cause injury and or death. For hardware access, disable all power taps before servicing. Discharge static electricity before contact with leads. Unlock safety cage prior to access. Unclamp data lead to replace regulator. So I've got to turn the... Disconnect power. Unlock. Then remove. Oh, okay. Maybe. Oh, something else popped up. I noticed it at the last second. Something else popped up. Disconnect power. Okay. That was a little tricky. It popped up just after I checked it. And once again, I do collect every single ore sample because it does add up. If you're a R&D person, it will actually make a lot of difference. Okay, now, again, from memory, considering that these are 23rd century Starfleet officers, they are pretty damn powerful. It's a dead end, I think. Pretty sure I'm supposed to go this way. Yeah, there it is. Okay. This isn't the power distribution level, so security overridden the turbolift. They must have detected our arrival. Station security will probably be here any minute now. If we're going to get out of this without a fight, we better look for alternatives quickly. We'll have to find a console that we can use to override the turbolift so that we can keep going. Trying to cut through the door. Okay. Another group of Starfleet officers ahead, sir. If we're cautious, we might be able to avoid them while they aren't looking. This is a bit tricky. You've got to be quick because they do see you pretty easily. So you've got to wait for their backs to be turned and then run through the middle. I don't think I've ever... I don't think I've ever actually made it through here without being seen. He's there. He's there. Wait a minute. I think... Nope, wait. Wait a minute. Dang it. Oh, I should have used Shroud. What the hell's going on? Are they coming with me or not? These people will attack you? No? Okay. Maybe they only attack you if the other group does. Okay, they're not doing anything. Okay, here we go. Look how much damage you're taking from 23rd century weapons. Well, wait a minute. Oh, I killed a Federation officer. Therefore, I got an accolade for it. Come on, kneel down. There we go. extremely powerful. Considering they don't have shields, they shouldn't have shields at this time level. I'm really already... Whoa! I am taking some serious damage. And once again, I haven't actually fleshed out my captain completely. I'm still collecting equipment that I would like to use. I'm assuming that they're officially unconscious. What is this here? No. Okay, let's get out of here. And this is where the Bonnikins incident happened. So we should be able to find an induction coil on this level as part of the power systems. Then we simply need to rig the subspace inducer to the sensor array and we can pinpoint the Denivian's incursion. Okay. I think you asked them about what's going on. Oh. Okay. Maybe not. And where is he? There he is. Bam! McCoy. You there, don't just stand there. Come over here and give me a hand. People are dropping like flies on the station and it's all I can do to keep up. Who are you? McCoy lettered H. But this is no time for introductions. I haven't seen anyone like you around here before, but this isn't my normal posting. I was supposed to be on shore leave. Now lend a hand or get out of the way. What do you need me to do? You can go through the entire story if you like, but we want to keep these short. As far as I can tell, all these people reported seeing those strange blue flashes of light. Now they're all dying. They're worse than dead, their brains are gone. Whatever this disease is, it's suppressing brain activity at the alarming rate. It's almost as if the energy between the neurons is being removed somehow. The blue flashes seem to be associated with the strange form of radiation, so we've set up the triage center here. That crazy engineer said that the power distribution station is heavily shielded. What kind of radiation? How should I know? I'm a doctor, not an engineer. The blue flashes are still happening. Anyway, we need some way to replace the neural energy, jumpstart their brains somehow. Tactical. So basically, if you're in engineering or science, this will be slightly different. Tactical, like reinforcing a drain shields generator. I suppose that's one way of looking at it, but the mind is a much more complex and delicate instrument. Maybe that's the key. The brain might be able to restart itself if stimulated correctly. Give it the energy it needs and then a stimulus to make it spread throughout the nervous system. I'll need to know how much neural energy the survivors have so that I can figure out how much they've lost. Then we'll need to apply cortical stimulators at the correct frequency. It's no panacea, but it may save their lives of the crew. Panacea. I'm not familiar with that word. As much as it might help the Empire for this station to fall quickly into disarray, there is no telling how it might change future events. It seems that we have little choice but to assist the humans, sir, this time. Come on, grab a tricorder and start checking the neural activity on some of these survivors. Take note of your readings. We're going to have to calculate the difference from the healthy mind and determine the right frequency to stimulate the brain. A normal human neuron has a resting potential of minus 70 millivolts. Once you have some readings, we can calibrate a cortical stimulator to try to revive some of these people. That was a lot to say. Okay, so you check everyone. McCoy does run around the room, so you have to chase him. Scan neural patterns. You might want to get a pen and paper and write these down so that you can remember them. Take specific readings. Scan neuron resting potential. Neuron resting potential is minus 58 millivolts. Normal human should be minus 70. Scan neurosodium potassium pump level. Exterior potassium levels elevated. Neurons limited to plus 15 microvolts, I guess. Active potential. Normal human active potential is plus 30 microvolts. Scan for anomalous neural activity. Sodium, potassium, iron depleted. Some neurons incapable of electrical response likely cause sudden change in neural voltage. Predicted results: fatigue, blurred vision, dull senses, loss of automatic function. Okay. I think we have to do 2 or 3 of these people, and then we can go back to McCoy. There we go. Take specific readings. Scan neuron resting potential. So again, should be 70. Scan neurosodium potassium pump levels. Okay, so there are 2 different sodiums here. Sodium ion levels are elevated, and sodium plus, slash potassium. Scan for anomalous activity. Sodium potassium gates damaged by forcible ion movement likely cause sudden change in neural voltage. Predicted result: hallucinations, loss of motor function, nervous system. Is that it? Do I have to go back to talk to McCoy? Ah, okay, they might have changed it so he doesn't run around the room. It's a bit annoying. Review. Ready to try some neurosurgery? Review findings. Normal human neural resting potential is minus 70 microvolts. Normal human neural activity is plus 30 microvolts. Neural charge at rest. At rest, neuron contains positively charged sodium ion exterior. Oh, that's right, exterior and interior. And positively charged potassium ion interior and exterior. Action potential: neuron opens sodium gates. Sodium transitions to interior. Neural charge switches from minus 70 to plus 30 microvolts. Okay. Request explanation. We need to restore the mind to its baseline state. Review your findings and set your cortical stimulators so that it will reset the brain back to normal. Hopefully, with a little push from the cortical stimulator, the subject's brains will repair itself with some time and rest. Calibrate. Okay, so set for minus 70, plus 30. Sodium exterior. Exterior, interior. Let's try it. Okay. Ready to try. It worked, okay. Okay. Done that, now we have to move on to something else. It's working, sir. The emitter has adjusted the active scanners for the station. What do you make of these readings? Imaging shows that the station is becoming suffused with triolic radiation. The radiation's coming from Drifton's comet. The comet itself is emitting mass amounts of triolic energy. The Denivians must have realized that it's a natural source of the energy, and they're using it as an easy way to shift into sync with us. Like riding behind the wake of a ship in the water. But that's not all they're doing, sir. They're harnessing the triolic energy and infusing it with chronoton particles. With that, they could have enough energy to move the entire station out of phase, maybe even the entire sector. We have to stop them. The comet is the key, sir, but we can't do anything about the comet without a ship, and I don't think 23rd century vessel is going to be able to do the job. With this information, it's clear that we have to find some way to destroy Drifter's comet, sir. We can use one of the auxiliary reactors in sync with the subspace emitter that we've hooked up to the station in order to make a temporary portal that will take us back to our time. Once we make it back, we'll have to report in and find a way to bring a ship back with us to destroy the comet. Okay. I think we have to come back to this room after we do whatever we do. So as long as the portal is open, they'll send reinforcements, so you've actually got to kind of defend yourself against the attack while closing off the portal at the same time. Oh, push me right back. We have another problem. We've absorbed so much triolic radiation at this point that travelling through a gate again could cause radiation poisoning. Normally we'd just use hydroquinone to flush it out, but our medical supplies aren't protected against phase shifting. Our hydroquinone supply is probably already irradiated. It isn't the sort of problem that comes up frequently. We need a large dose of hydroquinone. I'm trying to pronounce this word that I can't. Sorry. We need a large dose of hydroquinone to chelate. Chelate? Doesn't ring a bell, that word. To chelate out of existing triolic radiation and protect us for the transition back through the portal. There's one person who can probably get it for us. Something else you need. Actually, I have a friend who took a little too much triolic radiation and could use some hydroquinone. A friend, huh? With all the radiation flares that the station's experienced, we're probably going to be a little short of hydroquinone ourselves. I could maybe spare a hypo, but if your friend is getting radiation, he or she's on the station already. I'll need a double dose to chelate out. Chelate? I must be pronouncing that word wrong. Chelate. Chelate. I'll need a double dose to chelate out a significant amount of triolic radiation. You should never lie to your doctor or your bartender. That much radiation could mean you're experiencing something close to the epicenter. Like fooling around with triolic waves. You don't need green blood and pointy ears to know that that's a bad idea. But when the people on the station really needed it, you came through. I appreciate that. I think I can spare a few doses. Just don't let the station's captain hear about it. Thanks. Look, I'm not sure who you are or where you came from, but I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just an old country doctor, but I know better than to ask too many questions about a little unexpected help. You probably shouldn't loiter around here too much longer. Our people will start to ask questions. I'm going to put these cortical stimulators to good use. And thanks, you've saved a lot of lives today. Okay. We can take the portal back to our own time whenever you are ready, sir. I thought something was supposed to happen in that room. Okay. Might be another storyline. Return to your own time. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is, just so you know, I did
It's clear that the Davidians are more of a pro-
Just to get rid of that. Let's see. So I did actually go through and play this again. So I've got the Trillic Pattern Enhancer, the Flashlight, the Polyweave, and the Energy Dampening Armor. But I did not realize that with these ones, you can actually sell them. Normally the equipment you get in this sort of, you get from choosing a reward, they're normally character bound, but this one is actually, you can actually sell it. So that two things I don't really care for, so I'm going to sell them off. This is bound to character, and so is this. And again, all this stuff I've collected through the missions. All this provisions. I can't even think what they're called. And anyway, I've also collected a lot of R&D materials through collecting all those research things. So whenever you come across something and you want to get some R&D materials, that's a way to do it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is collect this. Get the
So Driffin's comet is the source of the triolic radiation. Interesting. That explains a great deal. We cannot simply destroy it in our time. The Davidians have the means to go back to the 23rd century and harness its energy there. However, that will be their only other chance. Before that, there's no Drozana station, so there's no place that will be close enough to the comet's trajectory to be of use to them. The only logical solution is to alter the past, destroy the comet there, and save the Empire. As it happens, I have access to a way to transport your ship back to the 23rd century. It's dangerous, but the alternative is much worse. Check in for new orders regularly. I will let you know when we are ready for this operation.
Okay. So I will collect this, and then once I do, I think some more stuff will appear underneath it. So what is this? Character bind on pickup. On pickup. So once I pick it up, it will be mine.
Everything we do is for the
Okay, so let's have a look.
Everything we do is for the Empire.
Okay, so this is bound to character. Okay, let's start the same episode again. Everything old is new.
The Davidians must have found some way to generate
there
a
you
portal
go,
at the
some
station
more
so that
things
they
to
can
collect.
feed on the humans in
So
the
on
past.
equip and equip.
While the humans are no
So-
friends of ours. A shift in the back.
There's no point in replaying that mission again and again. The only reason I'd play the mission
The
again
Davidians
is
must have found
if
some way to generate
there
a
was
portal at
once-off
the
that you could
station
collect. So that's a
so that
once-off.
they can feed on the humans in the past.
You
While the
can
humans are
actually get
no
more
friends
than
of
one.
ours.
But with this here, it actually does say it's a unique max of one per character. Max of one per character. So that's what the sort of thing I'll replay. Since there's no need to replay that for one-off equipment, I won't replay that again. So the next one will be Night of the Comet. Yeah, I'm not very good at the time travel, so it normally automates it after a few failed attempts. Also, I have been doing these, so R&D, I've been getting a lot of those, so I'm getting that up slowly. Admiralty, I'm doing pretty good in. Again, I don't really have enough ships, so I think I've only got two now. So I've got 2 ships that are available, but as you can see, they're low level, so 18, 19, and 18. No, sorry. 18, 19, and 17 in total because it adds it all up plus 10. So, what do I have? 18. Nope. Nope. Maybe that one. That's this. Yeah, 95. I'll accept that. So what happens is once you use your ships, you've got 20-hour cooldown unless you use a benefit where the cooldown is lower. Again, getting all these up, you get these rewards, and they are worth it. It does actually take a long time, at least 10 days, because you won't get the Tour of Duty levels 1 through 10 that quick. It takes 20 hours to finish it. Where are we? It takes 20 hours to finish one level, and then once that's finished, you're not guaranteed to get that in the next allotment of ship options. So it will take at least 10 days to do that. But once you get there, you get 2 specialization points for your captain. And again, I'm trying to get my pilot one maxed out. So if you want me to go through all of these sort of little tabs and explain them, I'm more than happy to do a video on each of these. But again, they're more of a personal preference sort of things. You probably will do that yourself. The Klingons and the Ferengi both have dilithium. So if you get to level 2 on the Klingon, you still have to go do the Ferengi because it's a completely separate tour of duty. The Romulans are a technology upgrade. I'm not sure if I've got any. I wouldn't have them on this character anyway, but so as you can see, a plus 2,000 technology points on kits and frames, whereas this one is a universal tech. It will help upgrade anything that you have. Okay. Again, any suggestions for videos, more than happy to take them. Any ideas on other playthroughs, I'm happy to try other games. I will be doing a playthrough of Fallout 76 when that comes out in November. So hopefully that will be an enjoyable game. Apparently it's based on the Fallout 4 engine, and the map's 4 times the size, but you do have to play against other people, and those people can attack you whenever they feel like it, or be your friends. So it's a matter of finding probably your own friends. If you want to get a group of your own friends together to play Fallout 76, that might be a fun way to just build up a community, and you can build your own base, build up defenses. It does take quite a bit to destroy them, and it doesn't take much to repair them apparently, so I'm looking very forward to that. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Again, I'm happy to for comments, any criticism. I'm more than happy to take that on board and improve my channel. I just ask that you keep it civil in the conversations down below, and I'll see you in the next video.